Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new reading vlog. Just need to give you a little recap of what's happening. I just finished When the Moon Hatched the other night, and yeah, if you want to know my thoughts, go check out my reading vlog for that. I'm currently reading 100 Years War on Palestine. I'm 100 pages in on audio, but I have the physical book, and it's going I'm gonna need you to stay on. Thank you, sir. Quickly, I'm reading Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I'm 27 page. Excuse me, can you just stay on real quick? Thank you. And I'm 27 pages in, and it's going really well. Obviously, I'm only 27 pages in, but I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, I needed to plug this thing in because it keeps dying. But what was I saying? So he goes to a bar. Instead of drinking alcohol, he drinks chamomile tea. And he notices that she is alone whenever she's closing up and stuff, and he doesn't think it's safe. So he starts to show up every night that she's working to drink chamomile tea and to make sure that she's safe. And I really love his demeanor so far. I don't know, just seems quiet and reserved. And yeah, so he lives in a small town and everyone knows him as this certain guy, and then he goes off and then he has he comes back changed, he's not the same person, and people kind of expect him to be that same person, and he's struggling with that. And she is the only one, her name's Bailey and his name's Bo. Bailey is the only one who doesn't have this expectation for Bo to behave a certain way. So he kind of really, obviously he notices that about her and he likes that about her. And then also Bailey has family trauma. In a small town, people talk about that and talk about her family and stuff, and he sympathizes with her or empathizes with her in that way because he's having something that people talk about all the time is not comfortable. He just kind of seems to really admire her. And another thing is that this is age gap. He's 35 and she's only 22, which I am not a fan of age gap. There's one by Gianna Darling that's super age gap, but I listened to it on audio and I just really liked it. I would never condone that in real life though. I'm just saying, me and my husband have an age gap. He's 6 years older than I am. So I'm not judging anyone that has an age gap. All I'm saying is sometimes it can be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? 35 and 22 is quite an age gap, and I would think that that's a good thing in real life. What I'm trying to say is so far I'm not bothered by anything.
Oh, and she's also a virgin?
Okay. Anyway, keep you guys posted on my thoughts. I really just wanted a fun little romance to kind of eat up after that fantasy that I read this week. That's what I'm doing today. I'm reading this and I'm just gonna girl rot in this chair. I hope I love this. Okay, I'm on page 30, and also yes, I'm reading this on my Kindle even though I literally own the paperback, but this is a trophy and this is, yeah, anyway. So this quote: if we're struggling, we're still in motion, heading somewhere better. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. I love that quote. If we're struggling, we're still in motion. I need to print that out and put it on my mirror. Also, I feel so I skipped Reckless because I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I have a feeling if I end up loving this book, there's a possibility that I might want to go back and read Reckless if I love this. So there's that. Also, look how cute this is. I got one for Bestie Rachel for Christmas because pigs are our thing. And I feel closer to her whenever I'm using this. This is actually the first time I've used it. So I think that's so cute. Look at this. Look at it. The little pink piggies. So cute. I saw this. This was last October, and I was oh,
Rachel needs that. Rachel needs it.
And so I got it and I saved it for Christmas, and obviously she really loved it. Oh, my nails match. That was not on purpose. Anyway, so I saw it and I was they were on sale, so I was oh, get one for me too, because I'm selfish like that. Is anyone else like that? Whenever you could buy gifts, because I did the same thing with one of the things I got Hannah. It was like this little like toy thing. I was like, I want to get one too so I could match. I don't know why I'm like that. I mean, gift giving is definitely like a love language for me. And so maybe I'm like, I'll give it for them and then I'll also give one for me. I don't know. Am I selfish? Like, does that make me selfish? Okay. I'm going to read and I'm going to shut up now. So, okay, I'm on page 35. Kind of wanting to annotate, but at the same time, I'm only like 35 pages in. So I don't want to jump the gun, you know, if I end up hating the book or something. So I'm going to wait it out. I know I always do this. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to finish the book if I don't shut up. But I just have another thing I want to say. So he's obviously like mentally unwell and he knows this and he's like working through that. And so Jasper, like his friend, is like obviously like aware of it and he doesn't like, I don't know. He clicks with Jasper, right? But there was something that happened earlier. And again, like I'm not talking spoilers because I'm only 30 pages in. So I will not talk spoilers for the book, but there was something that happened a couple pages ago. I think it was with Winter and he was like rude to her at like a family dinner or something. I don't think it showed him being rude. I don't remember seeing that. It was off page. But on page, he apologizes to her and he's like, makes a point to like apologize. And she's like, you don't need to apologize to me. And he's like, no, but I do. And she's like, no, you really don't. And he's like, yes, I do. Definitely no one's perfect and people make mistakes. But it does no harm to take accountability and to apologize. She goes for a swim and he says,
Who the fuck is in my river?
she's like, first of all, it's not your river. Oh my God. I'm 58 pages in, not putting up with this shit, you know? He's grumpy, but she's like, and I love that. I do want to annotate, but at the same time, like, I just want to girl rot with my Kindle. Like, that's the mood I've been in. I think I'm just going to continue to girl rot with this book. And maybe like I'll reread this or something if I end up loving it. I don't want to get my hopes up because I just literally, this happens a lot. I'll be loving a book and then it just like flatlines. I'm on page 65.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I just finished chapter 6. And I swear I'm not trying to do these play-by-play updates, but there's just something I want to touch on. The end of chapter 6 was a little bit weird. She asks him this very personal sexual question and it's very random and he's like, okay, this is like, he obviously behaves like, okay, this is like very random of her, but and then he answers her and then she's like says another question and I'm like, why is she asking this? I don't understand. Did I miss something? Because she says, hey Bo, you never answered my question earlier. And he's like, what question? And she's like, have you had... asking him about, like, something sexual. And I'm like, I don't remember her asking this earlier. And also, why is she asking this? I'm confused. I'm just like... Okay, I am on page 135 in the physical book. But on the Kindle... I'm on page 122, so it's like a little bit off. Do you ever like read stuff and then that you identify with and then you're like, ow, that fucking hurts. And then you're kind of like, oh, I thought I was over that, but then you realize
There's still some healing to do there.
well, I guess maybe like you can still be healed and then still find certain things painful. Like you don't have to be numb. I'm processing. Can you tell? We'll see how it goes. I am on page 157 and I need to scream about something. I'm really weird about pet names and like nicknames. All Roads Lead Here. He calls her Buddy. I love that book so much. I don't know if you can hear, but it's thundering. I love that for me. Can you hear that? Okay, anyway. He calls her Sugar Tits. And he's done it 3 times now, right? I think it was the 3rd time or the 2nd time. She was like, you can't call me Sugar Tits. And so he started calling her Sugar. And then even that, she was like, I don't know why he's calling me Sugar. And so he just called her Sugar Tits again. What page is this on? He says, a man can stare at his fiancée Candy Sugar Tits. I don't like that he just called her Sugar Tits again, because the previous time she was like, you can't call me that. So she basically said, like, don't call me that. But like in a gentle way, because she was just like, yeah, you can't call me Sugar Tits. And so he was like, okay, I'll call you Sugar. But then he just calls her Sugar Tits again. I knew this going into it, that he called her this. And I was like, that was what made me weary of this book. Is when I heard that he calls her that, I was like, why? Ew. I kind of had low expectations because of that. Just, ew. Can we just like erase that from the book, please? But hopefully he stops, because ew, don't call her that. I have some packages. I have more packages upstairs that I need to open. Megan, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I'm going to open them tomorrow, I promise. This is so random. I ordered some tea. And I'm not gonna lie, Bo is like nonstop talking about tea in Hopeless. So I think it's funny that I ordered this because I've been in the mood to make tea. And I told Jake, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go make some tea. Do you want some? And he was like, no.
And then I was like, yeah, I ordered new tea. And he was like, we have tea. Why did you order tea? And I was like, because we don't have any tea. And he was like, we have so much tea. And I was like, oh no, we used to have so much tea because I bought a bunch and I never drank it. So I got rid of it because it was old. So now we don't have any tea. And I just checked and we don't
have any tea because I got rid of it. It was like so old. But got new tea. This is so ridiculous, but I'm in the mood for tea. I'm in the mood to make tea. I saw one person talk about how they make tea in a reel, and they were like, this is how I make my tea. And I was like, I want to make tea how they make tea. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make tea. I'm gonna put on my audiobook and make tea. Make a cup of tea. I need to let the dogs out, but it's like raining and they hate going outside when it's raining. So I need to feed them, make tea, try and let them go outside. I don't know if they're going to though. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Okay. I'm gonna shut up now.
Starting now.
Try it. Okay, that's actually really good. That's so good. Why have I never made tea like this? I think I used to steep it for too long or something. I let it steep for like 3 minutes. It was perfect. Just like a tad bit of sugar, not very much. And some cream. I don't know why this is like life-changing to me, but it is. Like, I'm obsessed with this. That's great. So, yeah. I mean, me and Bobo can drink our tea. I mean, he's addicted to chamomile, but this is black tea, but it's still good. It's like really good. Anyway, dogs are eating currently and it kind of stopped raining, so I'm gonna let them outside and then go back upstairs and continue reading. Jake's still working, so yeah. I kind of want to watch a Princess Diana documentary tonight. I don't know anything about the royal family. I want to know more about them because I don't know anything. So yeah, there's that. This tea is really good and I'm like, yeah, this is like life-changing. You know, it's kind of crazy how earlier today I was like, for some reason, I don't like to open up packages if I'm not like makes absolutely no sense. But if I'm like feeling weird mentally, I feel like I won't be able to be excited about a package. And so today I was like, I'll wait until tomorrow to open up packages. But I'm like feeling better mentally now and I have this cup of tea and I swear it just like did something to me. I was just like, my problems are fixed now because of this cup of tea. Now I really am in the mood to open up these packages and I don't want to wait until tomorrow. And so I'm gonna open them up and I'm excited. Yeah, so we're gonna open them. This is what we have going on. I know what the big one is and I'm very excited and I don't know what this is, but I know who it's from. So thank you so much, Megan. I'm so excited for this. Yeah, we're just going to drink our tea, open up packages, and have a great time. I'm not gonna lie, I wanna open up this one first because I'm like dying. And I know all the other packages are gonna pale in comparison to like, just like the joy of someone sending me something like for no reason. Literally, you did not have to do this, Megan. This is so sweet. What?
Whoa, Megan.
Oh God, she made these little bracelets. Oh, it says Locks Library. I'm not crying. Oh my God. Shut up. This is so cute. Oh my God. It says Malfoy Manor, and then this one says Locks Library.
Hold on, the book that is inside of this, Megan, what?
I'm like overwhelmed right now. Thank you so much. And then she put a little note.
It says, Lachlan, thank you for being such a friend. Oh my God, look at it. That's really sweet. Oh my God, and the stickers. Okay, I'm trying not to cry. Okay, get yourself together, Lachlan.
Once y'all see the book, you'll understand why I'm like freaking out. This is like I cannot believe you. Why? Are you joking? Okay, I need to remember to breathe.
Oh my God.
Okay. Megan, this is the Lumic Crate edition of Empire of the Damned. Thank you so much. Why? Oh my God. I really don't have words. Like, are you joking? This is so incredibly sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm cherishing this forever. Like your little note. I love this so much. I'm trying not to cry. Okay. I'm just like so taken aback. This is very sweet. This is very, very sweet of you. You did not have to do this. This is way too much. And I'm shaking and you're so kind. This book is so stunning. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God. I can't believe you. I'm gonna have to message her immediately. So I'm gonna go do that and then we're gonna open up the rest of the package. Okay, I don't know what is going on with technology, but I keep trying to record. Like I already recorded the first part of the video to thank Megan and I can't record the second part on my phone. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, it says recording failed due to technical issue. Please try again. And I have already tried again and it won't work. So Thank you so much, Megan. Oh my god. I'm like sitting here trying to recover from this. Truly don't deserve you. I'm like sweating right now. I'm like overwhelmed. I don't know if you can see it, but like basically notes and stuff I get, I put them there. Cards. I have some Christmas cards behind there. I feel nauseous. These next packages are not going to be near as cool, but they're actually going to be very lame. Oh my god, I actually forgot that I ordered this. Okay, so funny story. I was talking to Rachel about when the moon hatched, and we were talking about something. We were talking about animals, or how, I feel like it was like late at night, and I was talking about koalas, or was she talking about koalas? Either way, I was like, oh, I love koalas. They're my favorite animal. And she was telling me facts about koalas. And I was like, I had no idea. Like the fact that they only eat eucalyptus, even though it hurts their stomach. And they have smooth brain. Like, excuse me. I mean, I knew koalas were dumb, but I didn't know that it was because they had smooth brain. So I was like joking around with her, and I was like, I'm going to buy a book about koalas. But I actually did read a book about koalas that night. And then I bought this one. Like I borrowed one from my library because it was like Insta borrow. And then I got this one to read. It says The Extraordinary Life of an Enigmatic Animal. I am excited about this. Before I really got into like reading fantasy and romance, I was big on books about animals. I'm gonna visit that era again. So very excited about this. Okay, then this package is not exciting. You can already kind of see what's in it, but my thumb is like really killing me because I've been using it and I shouldn't be. I really, I need to do something about that. Okay, they're just yoga pants. These are my favorite yoga pants from Amazon, and they're green and they're pretty. And they have pockets on the side. Literally not anything fun, but like to me, that's fun. I like yoga pants. What is this? Okay, apparently I ordered 2 yoga pants, but I don't like the color of these. These are like well, they're okay. They're like, they were supposed to be green. Well, I got 2 pairs, apparently. Okay, anyway. Whatever. Okay, and then, oh, I promise one of these packages is more fun and exciting. This is a brace thing. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Oh, look at me, my thumb hurts. I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay, anyway, what is this? I honestly don't know what this is. It's so hard not to use my thumb. We got it. Oh, wow. Okay. I ordered tabs. I didn't know they were gonna look like this. Oh, they're like wrapped. Okay. These are so, oh, they're paper. Interesting. Okay. These are really pretty though, but they're like a different texture. I'm totally okay with that. Well, actually I'm not. Why are they're one-sided? So, look at this. Wait, are they taped? Wait, I'm confused. Y'all, I think I accidentally bought like stickers. Look at this. It's sticky. It's a sticker. Well, I'm an idiot. I don't even know what to do with these. I can't tab with these. They're stickers. Okay. Also, I need to take this off. This is like really bothering me. I can't do this. It's not broken, by the way. I do need to go to the doctors about it, but I think it might get better on its own. So we're gonna see about that. Listen, I live in the United States and going to the doctor is expensive. Everything's expensive. So I'm like, this is just fine for now. Lastly, we have this big box. I'm excited for this because this is kind of like what I ordered for myself to celebrate 10K, which thank you so much, by the way. If I still have my thing up, I don't know. I put up a Q&A thing because I was thinking about doing like a Q&A video. I don't know if you can see it. That's adorable already. Oh my gosh. This is, how do I open this? It's like a squishmallow. So I have been like looking for a squishmallow that, like a Stitch one that I like. I don't like any of them because they all look a little derpy. They all look a little like, not like Stitch. But this one, literally adorable. It's so soft. It's like soft like a squishmallow and it's squishy like a squishmallow. Yeah. I know I'm childish, but I don't care. This is so cute. And I love it. It's not replacing my other Stitch that Jake got me for Valentine's Day. I sleep with that thing every night. It's like perfect, by the way, for sleeping because it's like weighted. But this will be just like kind of fun to like read on. You guys always ask me about that one thing that I read on, like that brown like squishmallow. And I got it from Barnes & Noble. I like putting books on like squishmallows to read because it just makes it more comfy and cozy. Yeah, I just thought it was cute. I mean, buy yourself stuffed animals because it's fun. I'm gonna see if Jake's done with work and I'm gonna see if he wants to watch a documentary with me. And I'm actually gonna make another cup of tea. This week was like really weird mentally for me. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're enjoying this vlog. I don't even know what like the footage is gonna be like, but oh my god, I really love this thing. It's so squishy. And I'm feeling really emotional about Megan's package. I'm like really taken aback by that. I wasn't expecting, there's like way too, like she did way too much. I don't know why you did that. So yeah, thank you so much, Megan. Really made my night. And like last week, Hannah sent me the package with the Draco blanket, which is like literally right next to me. And it's just like, I just feel very loved, you know, and thank you. If I don't, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get emotional and I'm gonna not do that. So I love you guys a lot. Okay, bye. Okay, so I've cleaned up the packaging, like unboxing stuff. I'm going to take a shower and just like get clean. And then, gosh, I really love this thing. This thing is so cozy and cute. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take a shower, get clean, make another cup of tea because the first one was really good and I want more. I'm either going to pick up more of Hopeless tonight or watch something with Jake. I'll definitely read more tomorrow. I'll let you know my thoughts more on this. I don't know if you can hear, but my dog just decided to start drinking water. But yeah, I'll let you guys know like how I feel about it. 150 pages in, that nickname, I'm just like, can we not do that? The pink and then the nail, that's a vibe, that's cute. Anyway, St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday. That reminds me, I need to schedule my movie night on Patreon. Anyway, yeah, okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Hello guys, I finally finished Hopeless by Elsie Silver and I f***ing hated this shit. I was overlooking a lot of like little red flags. Obviously, when it comes to fictional men, I'm not super picky with certain things. Obviously, I would never accept in real life, right? Things that he would just like say. He would like always bring up the age difference. I don't know, just like little things. But I was still enjoying it. Like it was gonna be a solid 3-star after about the halfway point. I just, yeah, it wasn't like gonna be a new favorite, but because of Bo. But then also, she was kind of annoying too. Like she kept just like asking questions about sex like randomly, and I'm like what? I did not care for any of the sex scenes. Once they actually like got together, I was like, yeah, I don't like this. But what took this from like a 3.5 star to a 1 star is the plot twist. There's a plot twist in here that really pissed me off. I don't want to say what it is because it's a spoiler, but yeah, most people are not going to be bothered by it because it's not like that big of a deal. But to me, I was like, that's shady as hell. So yeah, I hate this book. And I am so sorry to everyone who loves it because I really wanted to. Also the cover, I was so mad because I love this cover. I am going to start Tomie at some point this week. Today, I'm going to be reading and vlogging Bride by Ali Hazelwood for Patreon. But I think this will be my next read because manga usually gets me out of a slump. Now, Junji Ito, I don't know if he's going to get me. I'm not actually in a slump. Junji Ito is questionable because I've read one manga by Junji Ito and it was super boring. It's called No Longer Human. One, it's super boring and it's super depressing, which that manga was based on a super depressing novel. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But today's Sunday and yeah, I'm going to be vlogging for Patreon all day. And I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts for this because it was like very disappointing. Not only disappointing, but just, you know, when you're so willing to look through or look past certain things to enjoy a book. That is what I was doing. I was like, yeah, like there were little things that were bothering me, but like I was still having a really good time with it, you know, and that plot twist really just like took me out of it. And then I was like, well, now I have issues with everything else.
Kid again. Hard to swallow rainbow ice cream, knowing it's just vanilla flavored. You tell me that you'll be here when the summer starts to
Okay, you guys, I have two unpackages. I have 2 packages to unbox and a lot of reading updates. But first, I just wanted to show that I have been knitting. I think yesterday I knitted like 5 rows. My blanket is coming along very nicely. I'm super excited about that. So that's my knitting update. And then we have this hot mess going on. I started a fanfic last night, well, yesterday, or actually the night before, called Eden. And it's a Lucius Hermione fanfic. And I think I'm just gonna DNF because it's... I didn't realize how long it was going to be. I was like kind of intrigued, but then I was like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm not intrigued. But I got 100 pages into that. And then I'm 412 pages into Tomie. And I am obsessed with this manga. I started it with patrons on sprints, reading sprints. And yeah, really loving this. I can't believe I didn't pick this up sooner. Oh my gosh. It's like one of those mangas that isn't just like you take it for face value. It has meaning behind it. In the first story, because it's like a bunch of little stories, we're following Tomie. And in the first story, she is a victim of multiple things. But like she gets murdered by her boyfriend who just has this like overwhelming urge to just like murder her. These men meet her and then they're like, they fall in love with her and then they just have this like overwhelming urge to harm her and to kill her. But then we're also following her become extremely, she's kind of coming off as like a little bit narcissistic because she doesn't really have any empathy or care for like what's going on. It's very interesting. I'm loving this manga. And then I am on chapter 5 of 100 Years War on Palestine. So I'm about 169 pages in. This is going well. And then I have like 75 pages left on Bride. I'm not going to talk about my thoughts. It'll be on Patreon. And then 370 pages into Measure of a Man. Yesterday I read 62 pages of this. Slowly making my way through it. I really do like it. It's just a slow burn. So I'm taking my time with it. And then the writing retreat. So I'm getting a tattoo today and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to listen to. So I started this last night and I got like 2 or 3 chapters in. I think I'm like 30 pages in. And I'm gonna have to like re-listen to all of that. that I listened to because some of it became background noise and I couldn't even tell you what this book is about other than like they go on a writing retreat. I don't want to be listening to a book and then end up hating it, and then every time I look at my tattoo I'm like, oh yeah, that was that time I read XYZ book and hated it. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I'm definitely like that. Also started Razorblade Tears. I got a couple chapters into this. I do have the audiobook for this on Libby. Okay, then we have 2 packages I want to open with you guys. Oh my goodness. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This book, you guys, is like 700 pages. I read it on my Kindle and I loved the first like 60%, and then the last 40% kind of fell flat. But if I were to rate the first 60%, I would give it 5 stars. And then the last 40% was probably like a 3.5 star. This is gorgeous. So excited to have this. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Whenever I started it, look at that. I told my friend Rachel, I was like, this is giving me Never Ending Story vibes. And I think it's probably because maybe this creature was described at some point. I don't know. Also, I really, really need coffee. I went to bed late last night and then I got up early so that I could vlog for my tattoo appointment. We're tired. I'm definitely gonna stop and grab coffee. Okay, then this is from Mal. I'll hide addresses. I'm so freaking excited for this. Oh my god. Okay, so we're buddy reading Chasing the Sun. Thank you so much, Mel. These are stunning. Oh my god, they're so pretty. This is gonna be my first Snamini. So, oh my god, she did such a good job. They're so nice. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is like one of her all-time favorite fan fictions. And so we're buddy reading and she found me and a few others copies. Oh, the paper feels so good. Mel, these are beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm like so honored. This is one of her favorite fan fictions, and she's like so nervous that I'm not gonna love it, and I'm like, no, bestie, like she's never failed me with fanfic recs, and I just have such a good feeling about this one. It is a 5-star prediction. One thing about me is I am big Hermione stan. Y'all know this. But when it comes to Hermione, I am open to other ships. Like, I'm open to reading other pairings. When it comes to Draco, for some reason, no, not so much. Like, I do not really want to read Draco with anyone else. I don't know why. I'll get there one day, but like right now I'm just like not there. I'm so excited, which I almost said soap again. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm trying to say super and so. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. Oh my god, they're so pretty. Part 1 and part 2. And these can be read for free on archiveofourown.org. Look at those beautiful spines. Like, killed it. Mel, you amazing, stunning, beautiful. Thank you so much. I'll keep you guys posted on what I'm reading. I don't know how long this footage is. I don't know how long this vlog is so far, but we're just gonna go with it. I just realized my current reads, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 current reads. And it's like a really good balance. So I have a manga, a rom-com, paranormal romance, a Hermione fanfiction, a nonfiction, and then a thriller. That's like such a good balance. 91 pages into Razorblade Tears. And y'all, this book is so freaking good so far. Oh my god, I'm so happy I decided to pick it up. I meant to pick it up last year and I just never did. It is really, really good so far. This is the bookmark I'm using because it's cute and matches like the orange. Sometimes I get in these moods where I only want to read one book at a time, and then it's either all or nothing. It's either one book at a time or 5 books at a time. You know, there's no in between. But 5 books is better than nothing. I'm trying to figure out what I'm in the mood. I think I'm going to read some more Razorblade Tears, and then I'm definitely going to finish this book for Patreon. Actually in the mood for all of these books, so I kind of love that for me. Yay. I'm about to film my Sarah J. Maas ranking video. You could say that this video is, oh, I don't know, almost 10 years in the making. Since when I started first reading her books. This is a highly requested video, and I've just been putting it off and putting it off for years now. It's been literal years. And here I am, finally doing it, and I'm procrastinating. So anyway, I'll see you in like 30 minutes when I'm done. I'm scared.
12 seconds later.
Okay, I literally changed my shirt because I felt like the orange was like washing me out. So I think this is better. This is like pink and it says probably reading Sarah J. Maas. Okay, let's try this again.
One pair of pants later.
Okay, I just finished ranking all the Sarah J. Maas books, and I'm like so hyped. I love talking about my favorite books. It just really does something to me. So yeah. Anyway, I want to update you guys on my reading. Yeah, so let me grab the books and we'll talk. So I finally finished Bride, and my thoughts will be on Patreon only. But I did finish that last night. And then I'm 437 pages into Tomie. I just haven't been able to pick this up as much as I would like to. I've been listening more like audibly this week, but I'm really, really loving this. This I think could be turned into an all-time favorite. I have heard people say that it starts to get a little bit repetitive, but so far that hasn't been the case for me. Every single one of the stories I have adored. So far it's not been repetitive, and I'm just really, really loving this manga. We're following Tomie, who I think I've already talked about this, but yeah, she's kind of like this monster kind of in the form of a beautiful woman, and she gets killed and then she comes back and then she kills other people, and she's a victim who creates lots of victims. It's not black and white, and I think that's why I love it so much, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so intrigued by the stories. And just like Tomie herself, I'm just like, girl, what is going on? Like, what's happening? Who are you? What are you? I need to know. So yeah. And then I am 370 pages into Measure of a Man. I don't know if I've made any progress since we last talked, but I do plan on finishing this hopefully this weekend. Today is Saturday, so yeah, I have like, oh, look at the art in the back. I don't think I ever showed you guys. And then this is my annotation key. I do plan on kind of like making this look a little bit prettier, but for now this is just like the basic key. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's a slow burn Hermione, and there's 3 parts to this, so it's not just like this fan fiction. Also, I do not buy fan fiction. My friend Melody makes them for free as gifts, so like, don't go out and buy fan fiction. Just, I feel like I have to disclaimer that every time I talk or show about like my physical binds, because I'm always getting some kind of comment of people accusing me of buying fan fiction. It's just not the case. I don't buy fan fiction. It's free. You can read it online for free. Okay, and then Razorblade Tears. I am obsessed with this book. Like, okay, let's see how far I am. I'm 152 pages in, and trigger warnings for homophobia, homophobic slurs, racism, racist slurs, all of the above. Like this. I feel like I have a hair. Yeah, I did have a hair on my nose the entire time I was talking. Hopefully you can't see that. Definitely like trigger warnings for those things, but this is incredible so far. We're following 2 fathers who are getting revenge on their sons' deaths, which their 2 sons were married to each other. And these 2 fathers are like both pretty homophobic, but they're learning, and unfortunately it took their sons dying to learn the lesson that it's actually disgusting how people look down on people's sexualities, and they have no right. Like, you have no right to look down on someone for their sexuality, for their skin color, but they're in the middle of getting revenge, and it's just getting very juicy, and I'm here for this. I also have the audio on Libby, so I've been reading along with the text, and I have no regrets, really. Like, I also started tabbing because there's some really good quotes. And yeah, this could be a new all-time favorite thriller, but I will keep you posted on my thoughts. I'm like 200 pages into 100 Years War on Palestine. Love this book. It is incredible. The way that it's just like it's like not a very long book. I mean, the text is pretty small, but it's sharing so much important information in such a concise way, in a way that I can just like digest it. Now, I can't like explain everything because you would have to write an essay to like explain this whole book. But all I've got to say is I'm really, really glad that I picked this up. Palestinian people, I just have so much love for them. I just have so much love and respect for Palestine and Gaza and Palestinians in general. So there's that. The rest of the day, I need to go edit my Sarah J. Maas ranking video, upload it, do the thumbnail. I need to vacuum, do laundry, and that's my goal. And then I really want to see if I can finish Tomie tonight. I mean, I'm more than halfway through, so I feel like that's doable. But yeah, that's my plan. It's actually kind of good.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna taste like fruity candy. It's like popping in my teeth.
Yeah, you can't really taste the pop out. You just feel it.
I got everything I wanted to get done today. I filmed that video, edited it, did the thumbnail, uploaded it to YouTube. It'll go live tomorrow. It's my Sarah J. Maas ranking video. I have a feeling it's gonna flop because I feel like no one's gonna care, but if you wanna watch it, go watch it. Just got back from grocery shopping, so I also vacuumed the whole house, did laundry, folded laundry, and then did a load. And now I'm gonna go read Tomie, and hopefully I can finish it. Tomorrow I'm so excited because I don't have to do shit. I can just read. I do need to post my poll for Patreon for April book club, but I can do that on Monday. We just tried those Oreos. I just ate sushi, and then we tried those Oreos, and they're actually really good. Anyway, I'm gonna go read. That's my update. Talk to y'all later.
The following day.
I mean, I could not just walk past this and not get it. Are you kidding me? The Teddy Sora? Is that how you say it? His name? I don't even know. Teddy Sora. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Pokemon Squishmallows have come out, and they're adorable. I would like the Snorlax one. If I had seen that, I would have gotten that, but they didn't have that. I saw this one though, and I was like, that's cute. And he kind of matches my aesthetic. So like the orange and then the moon, I'm obsessed. My dog is barking at me.
Can you just like wait a second, please? Okay, thank you.
Anyway, yeah, so got this at Target. No regrets. And then I don't think I updated you guys, but I reread Normal People, and I talk about this in my Patreon tattoo vlog. So yeah. Leia, oh my god. Okay, hold on. Jeez. She like refuses to just be on the ground. If I'm on the bed, she has to be on the bed. Okay, and then also did some knitting. I want to show you my progress really quick, and then I'll update you on Tomie. It is really coming along. I am falling deeply, deeply in love with this blanket. Also, Leia is obsessed with it. Look at this. So cute. Yeah. I'll be like knitting, and then she'll come and lay on the needles, and I'm like,
Ma'am, I'm trying to finish this blanket.
anyway, I wanted to update you guys. I finished Tomie. I am giving this manga 5 stars. Oh my god, I have so much to say about this. So let me try to piecemeal and explain what exactly I got from Tomie. She's everything that men accuse women of being. Society accuses women of having control over men. They blame women for everything. And I feel like Tomie embodies the exact thing that people fear. And at the end of the day, Tomie is kind of an evil monster, right? A lot of the stories, they're like, oh, she compelled me, she seduced me. I took a picture of one of my like favorite scenes. It says, love at first sight. You know, I did everything for her. I tried, but in the end, she rejected me. Left me with nothing but this hole. And that's why. The other character says, that's why you killed her. And then he says, she was the love of my life. He was basically wanting to like talk to Tomie because he was obsessed with her. I was in love with her and she rejected me. You are in control of the choices that you make. Tomie is a liar. She is manipulative. And to me, this is just how I see this. To me, Junji Ito was writing a woman to be the monster that everyone fears, that men fear. She is a narcissist. She doesn't have empathy. She's everything that men accuse women of being. Everyone that comes across Tomie feels very entitled to her, and it's just an amazing manga. I adore this manga so much. It's very dark. There were times where I was like, I am legitimately spooked out.
I'm spooked.
The vibes are there and the story is there. I was expecting it to start to get repetitive because that's what I've heard about Tomie, because it is quite long. It is very, very long, but that did not happen. I loved every second of it. I will reread this one day. This is a new all-time favorite. Obsessed. Could not recommend this more, especially if you do like darker themes in your books and darker, like if you like horror, because this is definitely like a horror manga. And if you like manga, you need to read this. It's so good. And then I also finished 100 Years War on Palestine. I was knitting while I finished this. And I got sick last night, so I intended to finish Tomie last night, and then I just didn't because I got sick, but I finished that today. This book is incredible. I definitely recommend picking it up from your library or getting the audiobook from Audible. Just anywhere you can find the audiobook is so good. I really love this. I mean, it's a nonfiction and I normally don't read nonfiction, but it was very, very informative. And it's one that I'll probably reread in the future. It's a great book. If you want to learn more about Palestine, highly recommend this one. But that's my update for now. I'll keep you posted, and yeah. I'm just gonna like try and relax the rest of the day and be a lazy bum. That's my plan.
2 days later.
I just finished Razorblade Tears. So let's talk about this book while I paint my nails, because I really need to paint my nails and I need to multitask because it's 8:50 and my goal was to start reading by 9. Like I want to start my next book by 9 a.m. Let's see if I can do that. Anyways, okay, so this book follows 2 men who were like avenging their son's deaths, and I've heard people say like that they cry at the end, and I was like, I'm not gonna cry. And then towards the end I was like, I'm not gonna cry. Like, this is not gonna get to me. Y'all, I cried. I fucking cried. I cried. I was listening to it while I was getting ready, like putting on my makeup. I was getting so choked up. This book is so good, you guys. I'll put it up right there so you can see the book while I talk about it. But this, I think, is a new all-time favorite thriller. I am so obsessed with, like, okay, if you don't like scary thrillers, if you don't like scary jump scare type books, read Razorblade Tears, because it's not scary, but it's like, it's kind of suspenseful at times. But it's more so just like the story of it, and like you're following these really unlikable characters who are kind of meant to be unlikable, but then like they start to like learn, you know, that they are pretty ignorant, and like they start to like undo, well, not like undo, but they try and like unlearn a lot of like basically how they've thought their entire life, a lot of the things that they've thought growing up and like as an adult or whatever. And like, I'm not making excuses for them at all. Like, they're pretty ignorant characters, but you know, it took their son's dying, which that's not a spoiler. That's like literally their sons are dead before the book even starts. But it is so good. I highly recommend Razorblade Tears. I'm gonna try and get my husband to read it. He likes weird sci-fis and stuff, but But he's currently reading Slewfoot. He's been reading that for like a month and a half. I told him, I was like, you need to download Libby on your library app because it's really, really good. Anyway, I chose like a Barbie pink. It's not a Barbie pink, but it's like sparkly. Anyway, I'll give you a close-up whenever I'm done. I am like so happy I picked up Razorblade Tears. I love it so much. Oh my god. And I'm curious because like the only thriller I've ever reread was Pretty Girls. And so I'm curious, and Pretty Girls is my all-time favorite thriller, but it's a very dark, like Pretty Girls has like really, really dark themes, and so it's not going to be for everyone. But Razorblade Tears, definitely trigger warnings for homophobia and like slurs and stuff like that, and racism and racist slurs. So those are like the main trigger warnings. And then if you have any kind of daddy issues, like I feel like, I don't know, it's just really good. Okay, I'm on my last finger. I like to do 2 coats, sometimes 3, but let's see what it looks like. Okay, it's not too bad. I broke my pinky nail the other day, so that looks like crap, but okay, there it goes. That's the nail situation. Kind of looks like crap, but it's fine. My thumbs look good. Anyway, very, very happy with Razorblade Tears. I ended up tabbing a little bit. I didn't annotate, but I did some tabbing, like some moments, quotes, things like that. I read part of it physically and then part of it on audio, because that's what I've realized. That is how I get the most out of my audiobooks, is if I do occasionally go back and like reread the passages I read on audio, and then also if I just physically read some of it, it just helps me kind of grasp the story as a whole a little bit more than if I were to just read on audio. So I really do enjoy having the physical copy if I'm reading something on audio. This was so good. It's definitely a new all-time thriller.
I love this book so much.
On Sunday, I read 50 pages of Measure of a Man. So I'm on page 442. I have 50 pages. So I could definitely finish this today. I'm probably going to. This one basically follows Hermione, who's a healer, and she takes on a new client, and that new client is Narcissa Malfoy, who is like mentally declining. She basically has dementia. And so she's working with Narcissa. Like Draco picks Hermione because he thinks that she is the most capable to do this job. Hermione is learning all these different things that she thought Draco was, that he no longer is. Like she's trying to come to terms with the boy who Draco was and then the man who Draco is now. She loves finding healing in like plants and gardening. I feel like she's really wise. A lot of her healing comes from like things that she enjoys doing, but then also the fact that she is a healer and she's just like very aware of things and like wise. And also Theo is a little wise boy. What I read on Sunday, there were some like wise quotes coming from Theo, and I was like, Theo, we love a wise man. But yeah, it's an interesting Draco. It's actually not a Draco that I've really read before. He is definitely like very stern, and I don't want to say grumpy because grumpy makes it seem like he has this like grumpy aura about him, and that's not the case. It's like there's like a wall that he's holding up, that he has held up, and that he just doesn't, he's just very like
Sturdy.
He just has these walls. I don't know how else to explain it. He's hypercritical of not only other people, but also I feel like himself. And we haven't really gotten into that very much. I think it's funny that whenever I was setting up my tabs for this, one of the tabs was love. And I've only tapped that one time. I've only tapped it once. So this is a slow burn fan fiction, and you can read it for free on archiveofourOwn.org. The author, In a Daze 22, recently got picked up by a publisher, so that's very exciting. I'm excited for that author. I don't know what exactly they're going to be publishing or anything like that. They have a lot of fan fiction works. It could be something new that they're publishing. I haven't really looked into that. yeah, this is a slow burn. I plan on finishing, so there's 2 more volumes for this fanfiction, and I plan on finishing them at the end of April or beginning of May, because I have another fanfiction I'm going to be reading, and you guys saw me unbox that earlier. So thank you so much, Mel, for gifting me these fanfiction binds. Like, it really means the world. It's so kind of her to do this. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. I'm going to close out. The highlight was definitely razorblade tears, and then also getting my new tattoo, which I'm going to have a tattoo vlog on Patreon, so you can go check that out. And then in my next vlog, I'm going to be starting Empire of the Damned. So if you want to know my thoughts on Empire of the Damned, stay tuned and check out the next upcoming vlog. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And if you made it this far, you can leave a snake and a tear. The tear for razorblade tears, and then the snake for my tattoo. And if you do want more content from me, you can find me on Patreon. I do post 2 extra videos a month on Patreon, exclusive videos. And then Instagram is like, I post randomly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in my next video.